is men's round of 16 action. Danny Cordova against Abraham Montijo. Abraham earning his first Elite Eight invite here in Houston. Danny Cordova qualifying for the second straight tournament after a couple of failed attempts in previous race seasons. Danny Cordova wearing the maroon. Abe Montijo in the Edel jersey. Gray on gray.
Side out.
Daniel looked really strong qualifying today, defeating San Francisco's Eric Torres 25-12. That was a surprising result that Daniel won so easily. Abraham on the court for the first time here this weekend. He's had to qualify in all previous race events up until this. In fact, he was tied in total ranking points for the 8th invite with Anthony Celesto. But by virtue of winning a coin flip, earned that Elite Eight invite, and he's playing for another invite in San Francisco. If he wins this match, he'll likely earn the invitation to San Francisco in 3 weeks. A lot riding on this match for both guys. Daniel would have the opportunity to make his first ever race for 8 quarterfinal.
2 bounces. Point. Two, serve 0.
Score is 2-0. We do not have the scoreboard up yet, as you see an interesting camera angle from the top left, right above the referee's perch. Welcome back in our fearless leader, Dave Vincent. Dave, I know you were taking care of some business outside, but now it's Daniel Cordova off to a quick start here. We saw Abraham a couple weeks ago, Dave, in Tucson at the No Frills event. Looked very compromised, said his back was really stiff. He hurt that back playing Sean about 2.5 weeks ago. And he's been playing through it. It hasn't stopped him from playing every day like he always has, but
0 serves 3.
We'll see if he can get that loosened up here, Dave. He'll need to against a guy like Danny.
I don't think Abraham fears anybody, but certainly doesn't want to lose to Danny Cordova. Being from the same region, knowing that Danny is younger than him, there's always something there. There's
point.
Well, you know, Abraham and Danny's older brother Luis have a great rivalry that started almost 10 years ago. Abraham beating Luis for the first time in Denver last year, Dave. Now he's going for the Cordova double.
Side out.
The Cordovas are the only brother tandem to qualify in the same race event, and they've done it 2 events in a row, here and in Tucson.
That's in race play, but in the history of pro play, I'm more than certain that Silvera brother or 2 or 3 probably did it.
I don't think the Silvera brothers would have qualified in the same event, though, because Toddy was always in that.
He was, but he would take time off, and I could see, you know, a scenario where he was outside of a top 12 because of the time off that he would take. But nonetheless, Alan Garner and Aaron haven't done it. Possibly if Vern and Chris, if Vern for some reason was out of it.
5 serves 1.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, possibly, I'm saying.
I'm starting to think that it has not happened before.
Now, Marcos seems to think that Dave Silvera and Toddy both had to, but
he would know. Dave, Daniel Cordova looks noticeably stronger to me in the upper body. Just really filled out, and that makes a big difference. You see a guy, all of a sudden he's put on 15 pounds of muscle in his shoulders and chest and back, and that makes a big difference. You can't push him around anymore. I played Danny just about 4 years ago at a junior camp. He still had the same strokes, but you could tell he just wasn't quite strong enough to hang with
he's also
with
just
a pro level at that time.
Beautiful shot from Abraham.
Yeah.
But also, Danny his court positioning is really good. I mean, he's hopping around the court, getting into position. That's half the battle for a lot of handball players.
Yeah, he really floats around the court nicely. He's had a great college career. He's lost to Martin Kearns in the finals of the Collegiate Nationals 3 years in a row, including 11-10 in their first meeting in Springfield, Missouri. It was 2011.
Looked like Abe overhit that, but not enough that Danny did
Side
something
out.
with it. Abe skips the ball in, side out. Cordova
5 serves 1.
back into the box. We're going to 15.
Sort.
That's a good call.
No linesman. Sorry, short.
Is this his brother
serve.
reffing this match?
No, I believe it's Memo Polaris.
Oh, okay. I heard the accent, and
The break.
And that will be a first serve now.
you're watching this live broadcast, racefor8.com. It is extended bonus coverage that we're giving
If
you
you
here
appeal,
to
I'll
start.
tell the replay. When you appeal, I'll get the replay.
That's actually not the rule.
That's not
Now
even,
what? No, yeah.
No, that's not the rule.
that's unfortunate too,
Yeah.
as that rule book was sent to that specific player.
Huh? 2 serves. That was a broken ball.
That's correct.
Yeah.
All right. Resume play. 5 serves 1.
Referee needs to be told that players don't just get a go to video
Point.
replay every
Great
single time they
serve.
want to. It's they get a chance
6
one
serves
time,
1.
and if it's a good call
Four.
on their part, they get to keep going,
Yeah.
just like
Second
football.
serve.
Referee needs to be informed of that. Very frustrating.
Great shot from
Side
Abe.
out.
But Abe's off to a very slow start here.
1 serve 6.
A lot of Abe Montijo fans tuning in Tucson right now.
Cordova standing in one spot, Abe doing all of the work.
Is that another
Great
broken
ball,
ball?
Unbelievable.
Wow. And Dave, these guys are not known as two of the harder hitters on the tour.
Abraham serving.
And they've already broken 2 balls and 7 points.
On panel courts.
Yeah.
This is the WPH Race for 8.
So
Tour stop number 3.
Does that dispel the theory that, you know, if you see 2 hard hitters play that you better expect some broken balls? I mean, maybe that doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't know.
I'm thinking it has maybe even a little bit more with the constant quick smacking of the front wall. They're both playing right at the dotted line, going
So
back
the
and
ball
forth.
gets heated up because it's smack.
I just think that it's, you know, the ball becomes a little bit more oblong, and then you crack it, and it's still hasn't reformed its shape, and now you're cracking on the front wall just within seconds. It still hasn't completely gotten back into its form.
Because you hadn't even had a chance to say that you thought the ball was going to break before that one broke.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
usually that gives you at least 10 minutes predicting.
Yeah, well,
Abraham, you're serving.
sometimes I have things I'm trying to say, can't quite get to them.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I
Right,
didn't
replay
even.
ball. 1
That
serve
ball
6.
didn't seem like it was broken at all from that camera angle. But then again, that camera angle, I find myself with my head tilted to the side with this one.
Well, it's good for your neck. And you switch seats.
Point.
It's good
and you
for
can
the
do it the other
deductible
way.
that I pay at the chiropractor.
2 serve 6.
Daniel Cordova has never beat his brother Luis, but he could, in fact, has a good chance to make it farther than him in this event with Luis Cordova playing
Side out.
Paul Brady, which is
Normally an automatic Paul Brady win, but Paul has not been playing a lot of handball, and you just never know.
6 serves 2.
It used to be the argument that these guys would say, you know, if Paul played in these tournaments more, we would get used to his game more.
I never had that argument.
No, I'm not saying you, but some players used to say it.
I excluded from that.
But you heard these
I
arguments.
thought that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and I still do.
Actually, now that people are playing ball, they're getting less points.
Which is what I said was going to happen.
Yeah.
Second serve.
Paul's becoming more rounded.
Yeah.
He's
getting used to their games.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse. Yeah. Which is what I always expected.
As if the only person that could adjust to the other player was the opposite player. Paul, of course, has no adjustment.
No.
So Paul comes over to America, starts playing these tournaments, and the scores are becoming wider.
Yeah. Even with full body armor on. I mean, it doesn't even matter.
That's Daniel's first timeout. Score is 4, serve 6.
And that's a smart timeout for Danny Cordova. Abe looks like he's back into the form that we expected to see from Abraham.
Well, you know, Abe is a grinder. He puts his hard hat on and brings his lunch pail to work. And he's going to make it tough on anybody, you know, just about. You see Luis Cordova is so supportive of his brother, and that's another Cordova brother right there, Dave, and that's Luis Cordova's son, so it's a family affair. But you talk to Luis, and it's almost like he wants his brother to do better than he does in these tournaments. A lot of love there between those two. It's really touching.
Luis Cordova's son,
Luis Montijo.
Mateo, earlier today on the top of the bleachers,
Yeah.
leaned back thinking there was a support back there, just fell straight over the back of the bleachers, landed square on his back, which isn't easy to do from that position. Usually it's on the top of your head.
Yeah.
Looked around to see if anybody was looking, nobody was, and just got up and started playing.
Yeah.
So he's a rock star already.
Yeah.
Obviously has the brains of a handball player and will be playing the sport soon. And I'm not joking about the brains part.
Well, he already did start playing, so. You talk about how much handball Sean Lenning plays, maybe more than anybody, but you have to put Daniel Cordova in that discussion. He plays every day. He plays in tournaments almost every weekend.
6, serves 4.
Yeah, we've always known for years that he had the tools. We'd see him warm up. We'd see him at tournaments. You're like, why is this kid not winning?
4, serve
and
6.
now you can see it's a different kid now. It's like he's grown into his body, and now he knows what to do. A lot of confidence, too. I mean, he's going in here against Abe as if he's played him and has defeated him before.
Abe is not letting the ball drop off the back wall with either hand. And that's a problem that Abe had during his first couple campaigns on the Race for 8 tour in seasons 1 and 2. Just not letting himself relax and letting the ball drop. And you see him hitting actually overhand back wall shots because of it, which is the last thing you want to do as a pro.
Side out.
Now these guys trading side outs here.
4, serve 6. Short.
Abraham sponsored by Team Edel. He's a member of that team,
Second
Dave.
Serve.
You can join Team Edel too, Dave. Just go to edelhandball.com. Pick up some of the coolest handball gear that's ever been made. Looks good and it feels good. Dave, I hope you don't have any dinner reservations tonight.
Why is that?
Because this one will be going on for a while.
A lot of side outs here.
23 minutes, and we're not even halfway through the first game.
And that earlier one with Marco Chavez, it only lasted 22 minutes, the match itself. And
this has already exceeded that.
So we had a rare opportunity, but a good one at that, to get Marco Chavez on the post-game interview, and just did an extended 20-minute interview with him. It was really, you know, interesting to talk to a guy that's seen a lot of handball.
6,
I'd like to have heard that.
You will.
Okay.
So I'm saying hello to you now, 2 months from now.
Yeah.
Side out.
About 10 minutes before Marcos's match, he was on the phone doing business in the sauna. And he was putting together some big deals. And that's not a joke. I was there.
No, he's not selling illegal stereo parts to somebody and
No, he runs a
Croatia.
big-time business.
6 serves 5.
This is what you do. Why were you looking at Marcos in a sauna?
I knew you were going there.
Really? I mean, why would you even be there? I've been in here working with there's an H that starts off that.
Oh, I didn't know that,
2 bounce.
Now, I was
Side
working
out.
on my second career as a
Timeout.
professional handball
Abram,
player.
that's your first
preparing
timeout.
myself for
Score is 5
a
serve
match.
6.
Which all of us players are so fortunate to be able to do. Compete against one another and even make some money doing it. $200,000 in prize money this season alone. Pretty impressive, Dave. You see a lot of guys very motivated.
Dave, you don't get it. Actually, you usually get 0 accolades, which is frustrating.
Well, actually, the first 30 people I saw here at the tournament this morning had no idea who I was. So that's worse than no accolades.
0.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do want to thank you for the hard work that you put in for the WP.
Wow. Thank you.
The WPH. You certainly work the long hours, and you're behind a lot of the innovations that we have and don't get recognized for it. Frustrating.
I was actually really surprised because I drove by the office on a Sunday, last Sunday actually, at 5 o'clock at night, and your car wasn't there. That was the first time I'd ever seen that.
There was a thing called I have a marriage that I either need to save or solve or go home or stay at work and figure this out. And by it I mean
what is it?
I decided to opt with the marriage. I figure at 5 o'clock on a Sunday you can actually go home.
Score is 5 serve 6.
I'm not saying you can. I just had never seen your car not there at that time.
Have you ever gone into a model house where they have it all staged, where it's like a fake couch and
I
a
love
fake?
that.
Yeah,
I want
it's really
this.
cardboard.
Yeah.
You like go in there and it doesn't even. It's not. It's my car is actually made out of cardboard.
Oh, okay.
I pay the guy to put it up. It's not really there. This is a one game.
Side out.
Or I should say, this is the first game. It's the best 2 out of 3 to 15. You have to win by 2 here. And the players really like this format. I haven't heard anything negative. Abraham Montijo said earlier, he said, I want to, congratulate you guys on this because, I haven't heard anything negative either. So, Abraham's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
And I agree. I like it. Going to 15 in the tiebreaker seems to be kind of a cool little
I love that
twist.
Yeah.
And I would actually say you were the one that lobbied for it. So a lot of those people that want to give the accolades to other people involved in the WPH and don't think about you, a lot of this rules and the whole WPH Race for 8 Tour comes from the think tank of Dave Fink. Which I call it the Fink tank.
Point.
It's interesting because in my match today, I'm down 10-8 in the second game and 12-8, and I'm thinking to myself,
who came up with this?
Do I want to let this go? Because it's not like I can just rush to 11. It's going to be a war if I get to a tiebreaker. I'm better off trying to score 5 of the next 6 points than trying to go to 15 again when I'm already exhausted. I think if you're going to 11, maybe you're more inclined to let that go there. Just tricks that your mind plays on you when you're in the court. Maybe they're completely irrational. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of handball players had them.
Hold it.
Well, that's a quick call from the ref there.
If these guys are going to need to be really fit. 28 minutes into this match, and we're not even halfway through the game.
Side out.
Oh, my gosh. You see some great shots, and then you see a lot of these strange long rallies that end in a hinder.
6 serve 7.
Well, neither of these,
like they're afraid to put it away.
Neither of these guys are really known as flat rollout artists. They're more, drive the ball and hit the ball about 6 inches high as opposed to 2 inches high. So, and they're both quick, so they can get almost every one of each other's shots.
Second serve. Point. Eight, serve 7.
Cordova has been leading most of this match, if not all of it. Wow. Goes for that shot and gets it 9-7.
Nine, serve 7.
It was Luis Moreno defeating Shorty Ruiz earlier, 15-11, 15-12.
Wow, that's a good showing for Shorty.
9.
Yeah. Very entertaining match. Shorty had his chances. Luis Moreno was gassed in that match, Dave. Struggling to close out that second game. And you know, Dave,
Side out.
not every player can be at their very best every tournament. There's ebbs and flows to your training and your conditioning. And Luis, you know, he might be taking his time getting into this 2015 season. Who knows?
Timeout, Abraham. All right, that's your second. Score is 10, serve 7.
10-7, Cordova
10-7.
up here.
No tengo acá arriba.
Timeout being called here from Abraham Montijo, trying to use all of the timeouts that he has available. You're watching this live broadcast. It's the Race for 8 bonus coverage, round of 16. We do this at every stop. A lot of people say, you know what, I don't understand the points, I don't understand the format, but in reality, try to make it as easy as possible. We have qualifiers at every stop, excluding stop number 1, the U.S. Open of Handball, where it's an open tournament and anybody can play. But after that, we have qualifiers where if you want to be a pro player, and throughout the years, we've received those emails or phone calls or texts from people saying, how do I become a pro? We say, well, you have to get some points, get your name ranked, you get some money. If you make it to a money round, you are technically a pro, and in order to get into this big bracket, the one that you're watching right now, you have to qualify, and that's exactly what Danny Cordova did.
All right,
Abraham Montijo has done it previously, and now he's an invited 8, and Danny is trying to get past
10,
this so
serve 7.
he could be an invited 8 player and not have to qualify.
Short.
Even the Players' Championship, the finale of the year in Salt Lake City, will have qualifiers. You can go in there and play a guy like Paul Brady and disrupt what he could possibly do to win the big bonus money at the end.
He was disrupted last year.
Got, defeated in the opening round. That was a round of 8 last year. This year there will be a round of 16, so to speak.
The difference in Salt Lake City is that that qualifier will be on a Thursday as opposed to the rest of the season where we're playing the qualifier on Friday.
Well, New York is also on Thursday.
Redo.
For part of the qualifiers.
Yeah, not for me. I actually will be at the Statue of Liberty that night, have that planned out. So
that's nice.
Replay,
yeah, it should be nice
7.
for those of us going.
Well,
that's all good.
in case that happens, you might not even want to show up on Friday.
Just stay there.
Yeah, don't even bother coming in on Friday if you're going to not be there on Thursday.
Now, I know that when you get forfeit out of a WPH tournament, you're also out of the doubles and everything.
Yeah.
But when you get pink slip from the WP, can you still then play in the tournament?
No, it's actually the pink slip is a restraining order.
Oh,
that's the the second slip down.
Okay.
So we also file restraining orders. Okay.
We're going to go to New York here.
Let's go to New York. When we see that. Not sure what the call was from the referee, but it looked like it was over the line. I'm not sure what the ref called, but that ball was good and not a short ball.
Good. All right, that was a good serve. That's a point.
And that was the call from New York as well.
Anymore, Abraham.
You really communicate quickly with them over in New York. They don't need much time.
This isn't like football where you have to take 5-minute breaks when it's obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, you just do it. That was pretty easy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home now. People used to say, well, it's so hard to tell. No, not really.
Yeah, it's either can tell or you can't. Doesn't take 5 minutes.
And if the ball hit the line, we just say we couldn't tell.
And the best part about instant replay is that I have nothing to do with it.
Point.
That's
Which
my
is
favorite
also,
part.
that's really good.
Yeah. I don't want to have anything to do with it, and I don't.
12, serve 7.
You're just here to criticize
Yeah.
the decision.
Mm.
Cordova, though, now 3 points away from taking Abraham in game number 1. What took 28 minutes to get to the first 17 points of this game being scored, the last 2 points have not really taken that long.
Point.
Make that 3 points.
Yeah, this
About
game
3
is
minutes.
just about over here.
13, serve 7.
Well, this is a different Danny Cordova. I mean, this is one that we all thought he was going to be about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I mean, you can just see a lot of confidence here.
Side out. 7 serves 13. Skip. Point.
Meanwhile,
8 serves 13.
Abraham gets a side
Hold
out
on.
and a point.
Let me finish the score. 8 serves 13.
So if Abraham loses this match, he's definitely out for a San Francisco invite. Anthony Celesto is going to also drop way down. He's defending 3 points from here from last year, and he'll at the most get 2 at this event. Diamond Nash slides all the way from number 9 to about number 20. So you might be number 1 in Ireland, but still have to play in the events here to keep that ranking up.
Well, Nash has a way of just coming to one event and breaking back into the top 10.
Yeah. Some of us like to space out our points, not Dearmid.
Ball looked like it slid.
Hold
I don't know. I understand that why there would
Replay. Yeah.
be a hinder or some kind of safety hold there, but Cordova standing pretty far to the left or the right side
Replay,
of
8
Abraham
serves
there.
13.
Replay 8-13. You heard the referee call. I think Abraham wanted to do it. Abraham could technically ask for a line judge here and force the referee to get line judges because Abe is out of calls to the booth, but that's because he didn't have a line judge. I mean, he's
9 serves
appealing
13.
regular appeals that they have to go to the booth for, and that's almost not fair to Abraham. Or actually Danny, for that matter, as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're wasting your calls on stuff that should be taken care of by the referee.
Abraham is just not taking advantage of a
Side
lot
out.
of opportunities. Not making a lot of unforced errors, but he's not making a lot of high-quality shots either on offense particularly. Abraham has a tendency
13
just to
serves
stand
9.
up completely straight when he's trying to shoot the ball.
The
Point.
ball checks up, doesn't make the front wall. Point for Danny Cordova now. Game point.
30 seconds. Score is 14, serves 9.
This is a 30-second timeout. Players generally stay on the court during these 30-second timeouts. You have 1 30-second timeout per game and 2 60-second timeouts per game. Both these guys have to be feeling it, Dave, and I don't buy that excuse,
15.
oh, they're young. This is an extremely grueling match for
Good.
both guys.
All right, resume play. Score is 14, serves 9. That's game 1. Y'all have 3 minutes. Daniel, you're serving on second game.
And it's Danny Cordova with a slight upset in game 1, Dave, taking out an Elite 8 pro 15-9 in 38 minutes.
And we're going to take a quick break. It's a 3-minute break at these WPH race stops, not a 5-minute, which is traditional, so we'll have a very quickie here and be back in just a bit. More action. Game number 2 next. Stick around for Dave Fink, Dave Vincent here at racefor8.com.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
The Tucson Racket Club is your home away from home. Join us for world-class tennis, handball, racquetball, and the new rage, pickleball. Or try one of our 160 weekly group exercise classes. Want to swim laps or play with your family in the pool? Enjoy our 2 junior Olympic-sized pools and wading pool that are open year-round. Then round out the perfect day with a delicious meal at our restaurant or sports bar. All at the Tucson Racket and Fitness Club, where Country Club Road ends and fitness begins.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
I'm good to go now? All right, we're gonna start game 2. All timeouts are restored and all video challenges are restored. Okay, Daniel serves second game. Score is 0, serve 0.
We are back in game number 2 at 0-0.
Just milling around the grounds, Dave. Emmett Peixote wins game 1 against John Iglesias. Early in game 2, they were in a prolonged argument. The argument was the entire time I was gone. Apparently a slide call of some sort.
Serve 0. Point. Two, serve 0.
Abraham has been in the round of 8 in 2 of his last 3 race for 8 starts. He made the round of 8 in the final regular season event of last season in Denver, where he took out Luis Cordova, and also made the round of 8 in Tucson on his home court, defeating Marcos Chavez in a comeback tiebreaker. He'll need another comeback here today, Dave, to secure his 3rd quarterfinal finish in 4 starts.
Short.
Lost to Nadia Alvarado Jr. at the Simple Green U.S. Open. the 16.
Side out.
And Dave,
0 serves 4.
the most interested party watching this match could very well be your colleague, Marco Chavez. He knows that in all likelihood, if Abraham loses this match, that he gets that invite to San Francisco.
1 serves 4.
He's already fueled up that G5.
Point. Two serves 4.
Montijo looks a little bit more motivated here. These last couple rallies, but
Check the ball.
Cordova's still playing good ball. As I was explained to Marco Chavez, Cordova at 13, you knew Danny was going to be a good player just by, he had all the tools, but really didn't put any of that together. And this is the first time I've really seen him look like he really has put it together.
3 serves 4.
Danny is making some outrageously great gets. 3 in a row in this rally. I mean, each one of those gets was outstanding. Just flying all over the court. Abraham has to be frustrated there because he should have won that rally 3 times and hit good enough shots to have won it, I thought.
Hold it. I'm going to give a avoidable on that. You got in the shot. You stepped in.
I like that call.
What's up?
We'll take an instant replay of this because I believe this was the right call and it's never called this way. But our referee stepped in.
Scores 3 serves
Danny
4.
hit a back wall shot and stepped right in front of it after hitting it. We will take a look at that hopefully after this rally ends.
Side out.
Let's see this here, Dave.
We don't need the sound on the replay, though.
3.
We have to remove that sound on the replay. This happens every time. We can't have that anymore. I'm assuming that was an avoidable hinder. Yeah.
It was called.
That was obvious. That replay sound is so loud that this headset is going to go through the wall next time it happens. Because I'm losing hearing.
5
You
serves
two.
3.
What?
Hold it. Check the floor. They have one downstairs.
Players getting a towel timeout here.
It gives us a chance to see exactly what kind of WPH jersey that is Danny Cordova's wearing. I'm not familiar with it. The Judicial Committee of the WPH will be looking into that and probably having a word with him. And those aren't the people you want to talk to. I mean, we like them, but...
Yeah, no, we love them.
I mean, but as a player, you don't want to be hearing from them.
Replay.
You and I benefit the most.
5 serves 3. Side out.
Abe takes the revolving door with his left hand and flat rolls it.
3 serves 5. Side out.
I believe these are the best courts on the tour.
3. Point.
Tremendous floors, great lighting, no bad bounces.
6 serves 3.
And true bounces.
Side out. Three, serve 6. Short. Second serve.
And Dave, I believe our next match is Mondo Ortiz and Stephen Cooney.
Right.
That could be another marathon.
4, serve 6. Short. Second serve. Point.
You hate to get aced on a second serve Z serve that wasn't even a great Z serve.
5, serve 6. Short.
I mean, in your mind, Dave, as a player, when you take on a pro player, you say to yourself, there's going to be a certain number of ace serves that I'm not going to be able to return, probably 3 or 4 in a game. But when you're aced on a second serve,
Two bounds. Thank you. Point. 6, serve 6. Short. Second serve. Side out. Six, serve 6. Side out.
this is where I believe that extra match starts to work against you.
6, serve 6.
Danny Cordova playing 2 extra matches this morning. I think it actually works to your advantage in the first game, but as you start to get into that hour mark, not quite as fresh as a guy who hasn't played yet.
Nice ball. Point.
Amazing diving re-kill. Abe was trying to shove that back down the right with Danny on the left side of the court, but he just mishits it on the dive. And it's a rollout right in front of Daniel.
Resume play. Score is 7, serve 6. Point. Oh, down.
We're all together. Excuse me. 8-6 is the score, with Montijo up.
Oh, side out. Six serves 8. I saw it good. Point. 7 serves 8.
Danny Cordova, originally from El Paso, Texas, and then toggling over to Juarez, where his father lived, mother in El Paso, just over the border, just about 13 miles away. Now living up in the Chicago area, actually going to Lake Forest College.
8 serves 8.
And it seems like since he went to college, his game has really blossomed. You're talking about a player that qualified for the very first time at a recent handball tournament. And now he's trying to pick off a guy in the top 8. I mean, that's a pretty big advancement. A lot of these players will qualify one time, like Anthony Celesto, and then not qualify, and then qualify again, and then finally make it to the 8, and then lose, and you have to qualify, and they kind of toggle up and down. But you don't see a lot of players qualify and then defeat a top 8 guy. I'm not saying that he has done that, of course.
Well, let's just say that the blind draw has a lot to do with it, too. I mean, you could pick up Paul Brady, and then your run is over.
And people say, well, then why do the blind draw? And, well, then you would have guys like Danny playing Paul Brady anyway.
Yeah.
And or a Luis Moreno, somebody in the top 4. Emmett Peixote.
Time in. Score is 9 serves 8. Short. Second serve. Side out. Eight serves 9. Point.
Nice serve there. Abraham slides down the right wall with a
9 serves 9.
Beautiful serve down the right. Now ties it up at 9. Goes for the exact same reverse down the right.
It's a big point for Abraham to win. He should have won it on the first strike.
You want to challenge, review it? Can you guys review that short? I called it good.
I believe he's calling for an instant replay
No,
here.
he isn't. He's actually calling for the line judges. Unless they are calling for video replays. If that's the case, we need to hear the referee actually ask us in his microphone if he's calling for a video replay, which we haven't heard. But let's go ahead and do it anyway. Clearly waiting for the referee to actually ask us if that's what he's doing, because he didn't say it into his microphone. But let's take one in the booth if we can. See if this ball was good or bad.
We want a replay. I called it good. Abraham's challenging that it was short.
Okay, referee needs to be a little bit more on top of that. The short ball. Clearly short by about 3 inches. Ball was short. That's the official call. And that's actually coming in from New York. And that was 3 or 4 inches short. So that was...
Yeah. Even I might have gotten involved in a call like that.
Just best you stay out of it.
Yeah.
But that one, you kind of wanted to get into it.
10 serves 9.
I mean, it stands to reason if a referee's going to ask for a video replay, he should probably say something in his microphone.
9 serves 10. Point.
It's pretty tough for Danny Cordova, who qualifies, and though he does get some money here, But losing a big chunk of that for a clothing violation is really rough.
Yeah.
Not wearing approved gear.
He knows the rules, though, in advance, just like all of our pros do.
Sadly, it's on 2 different games, so that's a compounded fine.
Well, he did start that first game with a WPH shirt on, but I guess if you don't finish with it, it counts as a full game violation. I mean, there's no.
Of course. Now he's in
we
game
don't prorate the violation.
Game 2 with another
so
violation.
he better win this in 2, or he's going to owe us money at the end of this event.
We'll just call it a donation.
Point.
To Tahiti.
This is a very tight second game here. Montijo makes a hand error at the end, but
11 serves 10.
somebody just texted me and said, well, isn't Cordova wearing the same shirt you're wearing, just not the orange one, Dave? And that does bring up a pretty good point. I mean, he is wearing an Edel shirt, who is the title sponsor.
Daniel's shirt is an Edel shirt?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, then I take back what I'm saying. I didn't know that was an Edel shirt.
Okay, so see, there it is. Nice close-up view of
the
new Edel shirt.
I owe Daniel an apology and also Edel Handball, so I apologize to both. And our CPA now can cancel that check that she's already, or the invoice.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So I think it's unfair criticism.
No, it was, and I'm apologizing.
I am actually not going to.
Okay. Well, we all know what an apology means anyway.
That was a side out. Score is 10, serves 11. Short. Second serve.
We're going to 15, but you have to win by 2.
Point.
Those are the kind that you just have to make. And that's about the easiest shot a pro can have, a re-kill with his right hand from the short line. And Daniel dips it in. Maybe a sign of nerves there, but
yeah.
You know, you start to get close to the finish line and just a little bit of tension, and now all of a sudden those kill shots that are stayed down are popping up, skipping.
Well, I don't know what's I mean, obviously worse is hitting the ball on the ground, but I see some of these guys starting to lift the ball up because they're too afraid to go for those shots. And
that was a point. 11 serves 11.
And it could happen both ways. 11-11, we're tied. We're going to 15, but you have to win by 2. So like you said, this is just one heck of a long match.
Point.
And that was a beautiful shot from Abe. After
Well, this is Abe's comfort zone here. I mean, the closer it gets, the more comfortable he is.
11.
Very similar to his match against Marcos Chavez in Tucson, where he dropped game 1 and trailed in game 2. Came back and won that in overtime. Abe's got to figure out a way to keep the ball off the back wall.
Dave, I don't understand why, and that's another great shot from Abe with his left hand, but these players, they get a back wall set up, they really load into the ball and hit as hard as they can. I mean, they really do hit it hard, but they hit multiple walls and the ball just dies. You know, you see Cordova's done this multiple times now where he hit the ball really hard and hits the front wall, hits the side wall, and it loses all of its verve, and Abe's standing there with a nice return kill.
That was just a terrible error there from Abraham. Had to play that ball before it met the side wall and play it safe. The last thing you want to do is not have a swing at a ball and give Daniel the serve. If you just throw that ball back in play, reset the rally, at least you make him earn it. Now Daniel's in the server's box. Daniel got away with a paddle pass there. His footwork was off. He didn't create enough space to swing sidearm there, but yet had enough to hit that with the underhand scoop. Now, who would you rather be here, Dave?
I guess we're coming to us and appealing one more time instead of using line judges. So if we can go to the broadcast, I actually thought the ball was short.
I don't have an opinion about that.
In just seeing it live, although I haven't seen it now, and the reason why is because Danny Cordova gave a fist pump after the rally was over, and that's.
But he gave a fist pump for the kill shot he hit for the pass.
No,
no.
I saw it short live, but let's just see what happens. Here's the replay. Yeah, I still see it short, and if we can slow it down one more time and look at it one more time, because we are doing an official video replay here, and if we can stop the ball at about the impact of the short line on that video replay, if we can just super slow-mo it. This one is much tighter. This is one that looks like it's on the inside of the line, and let's stop it now, frame by frame until it hits the ground. Impact is, now go back if we can. So it's hitting the line there, Dave, on the inside of the hit of the line. So to me, I agree. When I saw it live, I actually felt that ball was short, and you can see it as it comes back right there that it is on the inside of that white line. And let's see what New York says. They also agree with that. But I'm telling you, this is tight. That's about as close as you possibly can get. Ball is called short.
Is that conclusive?
Yeah, it's pretty conclusive. No, it doesn't matter. It would hit the line. It's going to be short anyway. And it is conclusive. Short ball.
Be a second serve. Let me say the score.
That takes a point away from Danny Cordova. But, again, that was on the fist pump that.
So Abraham is undefeated on his challenges.
Yeah, he just keeps calling them and calling them.
Down. Point.
There's another point now. Cordova at 12.
12 serves 13. Point.
You're watching the WPH Race for 8. This is bonus coverage. Round of 16, Abraham Montijo and Danny Cordova. Cordova wins game number 1, 15-9, and now trying to get a couple more points here to go into the round of 8 in Houston.
Second serve.
Nice dig there from Abraham. Over hit from Danny Cordova. Abe has that right corner. Danny goes down on his backside, and then Abe does the perfect shot, right corner kill. He knows that Danny's stuck over there on that right wall. That was exactly executed the way he wanted to do it.
Yep.
And he got the side out.
Yep, absolutely perfect.
Floor really wet
13,
here.
13, Abraham serving.
I know the referee saw that.
60 seconds.
Multiple dives, and going to get the towel out there for the players, make them change their shirts during these towel timeouts.
Timeout is,
Sounds like you're going to negative town.
No, I'm just saying. I'm sure.
Oh, you're just saying.
I'm assuming that's.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying too.
I mean, I know they can hear you on the TV.
Yeah.
Kind of hoping that would happen, but.
On the second show cord here, it's Emmett Pichot and John Iglesias going to a tiebreaker.
Wow.
Yeah. We could have 2 tiebreakers being played simultaneously. Is there toggling capabilities here? I don't think so.
Well, yeah, I think there is. We had the mobile camera earlier. Very easily can get Jeff Castor and that mobile camera over there toggling. There's Luis Moreno and Marco Chavez.
Love to see that.
So, I mean, if we have this camera angle right here, why couldn't we just put a camera like this on every court? I mean, this is where we're spending most of our time. We could put every camera in every club. This is a GoPro camera from this angle, right?
Second serve.
a hero 3 or a hero 4. We have so many GoPro cameras around this club. They should be sponsoring the broadcast. Nice dive,
Side
not
out.
get, though, for Montijo and Cordova back in. And now we're cleaning up the floor again after a timeout when the referee should have called a shirt change during that timeout.
You'd still clean the floor anyway because their legs are sweating and their shorts are sweating, so you're still going to be cleaning the floor in that spot.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my legs sweat. I don't know about you, but that's what.
I mean, but you're talking about a major oil spill here, as opposed to just.
Does it take longer to clean a major oil spill than just a puddle? It's kind of the same thing.
All right. 13 serves 13.
Danny Cordova now 2 great shots from moving on to the round of 8.
Well, he's had
Short.
this score for quite some time now. We're now an hour and 10 minutes into this match.
Second serve.
Oh, what a strange return there from Abraham. Oh, the referee lets them play there, Dave?
Huh? Let's replay it.
Wow.
Why does he have to ask for that, though?
It tripped over his foot. I mean.
He tripped over Daniel's foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was dangerous, too, because Abe crushes the back wall there.
I thought Abe could have broke the back glass.
Yeah.
In some ways, that would actually be okay here at this club because then they could put glass that doesn't have all that white stuff on it. Here's right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why there was nothing called there.
Possibly because Abe went after it.
Well, Abe has to show some effort. Otherwise, you know, the ref says, well, you didn't go for it.
We're still at 13 to 13
Replay it.
here.
13 serves 13.
Wow.
It's a lot of effort right there. It might be an overhit. Nope. It's almost as if Abraham is playing Abraham.
Very
oh,
no.
It was a nice get, though. And then,
wow,
Cordova goes and does the fist pump, now serving to take the match.
That should have been a huge setup for Abraham. Instead, it squelches and almost rolls out on the back wall.
Well,
Abraham did well just to get it back.
He's
but
lucky that he got it back.
Danny has enough nerve, though, to go in there under pressure.
With a flat roll in his face while he's laying down right in front of it, which is hard to do when a player is looking at a ball.
And Danny now has got to be thinking to himself, I got to summon all my energy for 2 shots, a great serve and a first strike kill. That's the only thing that can be going through his mind right now. Expect the serve to come back, expect it to be a setup, and then go for the bottom board. As long as it's not, you know, up over your shoulder, got to go for it right here.
Match
if
point,
you're
serves 13.
Danny Cordova.
Oh, wow. All the nerves that he had in the previous shot, he lost some right there on that last one.
13 serving 14.
This is a little door that's open for Abraham at 13 to 14 in the tiebreaker, and you have to win by 2, excuse me, in game 2. Abe trying to force a tiebreaker. Oh, another crazy bounce there.
That was a great rally, Dave, from Abraham, who was neutralizing every one of Daniel's shots, and then he gets the good break in that back left corner but he deserved that break after that terrible break he got on the front wall, back wall shot. And Danny's got to be thinking to himself, I'm in overtime now. I'm out of gas completely. I need 2 points and a side out to win this. I mean, it's a long battle from here. Abraham lives for this.
All right.
We haven't seen it much, Dave. A guy face match point and come back and win that match. It's only happened 3 times in the history of the tour. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen here, but Abraham has faced match point here, and he's still alive. Oh, no.
Point.
That's a tired shot, Dave. Instead of getting behind it, he just tries to float back with it and flick it into the right corner.
14.
Now Abe looks like he's in complete control right now.
That's a great serve. That was a crazy party ball.
Let me get a ball.
Ball broke. That's why.
Well, he went for a crazy shot, though. I mean, that was an overhand, I think, attempted front wall, side wall shot.
I think he was just going to tomahawk that ball to come all the way back into the same spot back there deep into the left. Using a fist, hard to do because the ball has the reverse rotation, so it cuts into that first wall.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And you have to have a lot of power. And it almost seems like the more harder you hit it, the more it stays up front.
I've never even tried a shot like that
It's
before.
hard to do. But with that said, the ball broke, and now Abraham will be serving to take the game.
With a new ball.
With the new ball. Serving to take the game, not the match, just to go to
Yeah.
the tiebreaker. So we've got another, hour?
Well, you know, I'm Union, so I only have 44 minutes left.
Well, it'll take all of 44.
Yeah, well, that means I won't get to watch the next match, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
This is more unfortunate for the Irish that are waiting up really late, or is it early?
Yeah.
To watch Stephen Cooney.
All right. Resume play. Possible game point. Serves 14.
Seen some amazing matches today already, Dave. On this court. And
there it is. Abraham takes game
guys
number
got
2
3
and forces a
minutes.
tiebreaker. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a bit. Stick around.
Daniel's gonna be serving
More
the tiebreaker.
handball coming up, with or without Dave Fink, as we have game 3 in just a bit here at racefor8.com. Stick with us.
All right, time in. All timeouts are restored. All right. Score is 0.
We are back here for game number 3. Danny Cordova and Abraham Montijo going tiebreaker.
Point. One, 0. Point.
Cordova
2-0.
won the first game 15-9. Lost in the second game
Point.
14-16. You have to win by 2.
3-0.
You lost 14-16. Jumps out to a quick 3-0 lead here in game 3.
Side out. Zero serves 3. Short.
And the tiebreaker, Dave Fink, is to 15 as well.
Yeah.
So don't think 11 points.
Well, we have 2 tiebreakers taking place right now. Emmett Pichotte and John Iglesias on the other court, also in a tiebreaker.
1 serves 3. Side out. 3 serves 1.
Now, Dave, tell me a little bit about what's going on with that Emmett Pichotte match.
Well, Iglesias won game 2, 15-11, but Pichotte leads early in the tiebreaker. I believe it's about 5-2 right now.
Okay.
Some great shot making from both guys over there.
Screen ball.
That was a screen serve. Now, you said it in the preview, John Iglesias, he has a style that it's tough to play. He could be an Elite 8 player. A terrible hit right there from Cordova. We've seen some good play from Cordova, and then these really strange mishits in the deep court where he's going for high wraparounds, and he doesn't even get the ball to the front wall. I don't understand how he's missing those. We also saw some from Abraham that were the same. Like both of them.
Daniel's footwork isn't great moving back.
Point.
He has a tendency to just kind of lean back instead of taking the extra step or two and getting himself behind the ball, and that causes a lot of hand errors.
4. Short ball. Second serve.
Well, that ball's going to slide. Danny catches up to it. Nice shot from Abe. Just clips the sidewall. Danny catches up to it. Finally, Danny Cordova puts that ball down.
I think if you're these guys at this point, Dave, you realize there are not going to be any easy points. There's not going to be any easy side outs. I guess we would not call these guys first strike artists.
No.
This is like clay court tennis. I know you love the analogies and you were waiting to just check that box, and now you can.
2 serves 4.
I find it funny that we have, and by funny I mean completely ridiculous, we have one of the biggest tournaments so far of the year.
Yeah.
Actually might be.
Well, it is the biggest tournament of 2015.
That's what I mean.
Not in dispute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time out,
We have so many people here, yet the referee doesn't have line judges, and the players are wasting their reviews on normal line judge calls. Blows me away. I'm not surprised. I'm just saying
Sounds like you're surprised and upset. I mean, just judging by your tone.
150 to 200 people here in the immediate area. You can't
What
find
about
two.
the people playing full court basketball right behind
That would
the
even
court?
be better than. I mean, certainly they can see that a ball either makes it over a line or doesn't. This is a tiebreaker. We're in Houston, Texas at the Telespin Family YMCA, where I believe this is our third visit here. It seems like 4, but I don't think the tour has been around 4 years.
It has. This is our 4th season.
Oh, it is. Okay.
But we did not come here in our first year. We went to Atlanta and Fresno in January of our first year. Every year since we've been in Houston. I know you remember that Fresno bug, Dave, that nearly killed you and about 30 of our tour members.
We call it the Fresno flu now.
Yeah.
When anybody has the flu.
5 serves 2.
Great reverse from Daniel.
Now, you have to congratulate our director who took away the scoreboard so we can see more of the action. That was a phone-in suggestion from one of our viewers via Twitter.
I think Abraham, Dave, needs to take one of those right-hand kill shot opportunities and blast one down the left, because Daniel is just camping out on that right corner knowing Abe's going there. And Abe hearing me, Dave, telepathically.
Yeah.
We have that Tucson thing.
Was Abe fooled just a little bit on that ball that went up front? Like maybe it had a strange...
Well, it did have a strange bounce, but he still made a nice shot. Abe is foot faulting pretty significantly right now.
Well, the refs don't call that.
I don't know why. I mean, you're the type that thinks, who cares if they're deflating the footballs? I mean, what, you know, I'm not. I think a rule's a rule. So.
Well, they're on drugs. I don't care. I'm just a fan. I just want to see a good throw and a good catch. They're all doing it, so it's actually.
Yeah, but HGH isn't illegal, is it?
Is it?
Not in the NFL. They don't test for it. So they're testing for other drugs, and they don't let them play when they test for them. They said you could walk out there and play with a Nerf ball, and then they did. That's fine. But if it's part of the rules, then you shouldn't be doing it. Is this a mid-drift? What would you call that look, Dave?
I don't know, but they're going to come to us. For some reason, we have no clue what even the play stoppage is for here.
Can you guys replay a slide? I saw it.
No.
Okay.
No, we can't. A slide is not going to be.
No, that's the referee's call. That's the referee. That's not even a line judge call. That's a ref call.
No. So I'll stick with my call. That was the point.
Players all know this,
3
but
serves 5.
Abe is pushing the roof down, trying to find his chi. Oh, great shot from Daniel. That's a revolving door right corner kill. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered there.
5 serves 3.
wow.
Let's replay that.
Ooh. Oh, that's tough.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Abraham.
Oh, and Abe
Point.
gives Daniel the call there. What a sportsman. Amazing.
I thought that was a flat rollout. Right.
Well, Abe overturned the referee's call. Called it a point.
6 serves 3.
Wow, that was a really good gentleman-like call from Abraham.
That's why they call him Honest Abe.
Well, Abe got it back. That's good karma, but still lost the point.
3, serve 6.
so to speak. Jeez.
Wow. See that, you know, Abe is predictable right now. He's hitting every shot down the right with the
6,
same
serve 3.
natural, and Daniel's just sitting on it. It's a green light shot for him.
But Abe had that nice comeback when he stood over on the left wall and did that Z serve back to the left side. The serve that you do to Abe in practice, but with your left hand. Wow, with Abe on that wall, Cordova pushes it down there, slides, gets the point, and now he's another point closer to that 15th.
7, serve 3.
Well, he's clearly found his second wind here because he was totally exhausted at the end of that second game. I think the nerves had a lot to do with that exhaustion as well. Knowing that he was so close to winning this match and also being somewhat tired just completely wore him out. But now he's back to where he was in game 1.
And it hits a crazy crack over there and gets another point. Abe's going to have to call a timeout soon.
All right, that's your first timeout. Score is 8, serves 3.
And there is a
60
timeout
seconds.
from Abraham, 8-3. Nice lead here from Danny Cordova. Now going to Lake Forest College. You're watching the Race for 8, Houston, Texas, Family YMCA.
Yeah, Daniel will be graduating from Lake Forest College in just under a year, December of 2015. He's also taking care of some of his equipment there. We got a close-up look there of working on his shorts.
Okay. Thanks for the commentary on that.
It was what was being
we
shown.
hired you to
I can only
talk
talk
about the match.
I can only talk about what I'm seeing.
Okay, well,
I mean,
you're like Ron Burgundy then. If they just went over to the women's cardio kickboxing class, you would just talk about everything you saw there as well.
Would I talk about the Cat Fashion Show instead of when they're showing women's aerobics?
I'm assuming.
8, serves 3.
I mean, some things that kind of explain themselves is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I've heard about those kind of things.
Point.
Now Cordova at 9-3.
And it's funny, Dave, the symmetry. We've been playing for 93 minutes in this match. Exactly. The score is 9-3.
It's also our collective brain cells as the symmetry continues.
I feel like I'd have more brain cells if this 500-degree light wasn't beaming down on me. I mean, it's really taking its toll on me.
During the break, I stepped out just to say hello. Someone said, "All right, do you have a sunburn?" I go, well, yeah, I'm actually.
I wish I knew why these lights were on.
Point.
Daniel misplays that. Now you see Abraham getting some coaching advice from Sean Lenning. Look at this here. Sean Lenning sitting courtside talking to Abraham through that back glass. That ball, I thought it was going to be called a screen. No call from the referee. Danny Cordova sort of gave up as well.
Wow.
And that's frustrating because as a server, you see that and you're waiting and then you see the body English from your opponent and then.
Technically, coaching is not legal during play. You can call a timeout and get coaching, but you're not supposed to get coaching in between points. I know you knew that.
Well. 10 serves 4.
Where's that written at again?
It's in the rule book.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in the USHA rule book.
No, I mean, somebody can't just give you a signal?
No, they can't. Not if he's a coach of yours.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was a coach of Abraham's.
Well, Abraham lists him as his offensive coordinator on his bio, so I would say that counts as a coach.
Huh.
He says that Fred Lewis is his head coach.
Okay.
Sean Lenning, the assistant head coach / offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Abe was on defense.
Well, he's
getting offensive.
Well, no, he's always been on defense. That's why he said I went out and hired an offensive guy this season.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to develop my offense.
Well, the
by hiring.
Buffalo Bills didn't do that this year.
No.
With their coaching hire. Maybe they should listen to Abe. Let him be the GM.
11 serves 4. Short. He's challenging my call. I called it short.
And I think we're coming to New York again here, Dave. They're busy in the Big Apple on a Friday
Are they
night.
or not?
Yeah. I know you need the official word, but I know that that's what we're waiting to hear.
This is unbelievable.
Huh.
Actually, going with the referee's call. That ball was good.
I called it short.
The ball was good. And a fist pump. This might be the first time that we've ever had a fist pump and an actual good serve.
Yeah.
At the same time. Let's see that one more time if we can.
Because the ball was down, that's an ace.
Oof.
Huh?
Abe's right about this.
Yeah, Abe's can make a good call. Let's see this one more time.
Hey guys, if can you just confirm for me? It should be
Go back.
2 serves.
No. Abe is saying that he held up.
Replay
and
the
could.
ball, and it'll be 2 serves. Can you
Actually,
confirm?
first of all, for the referee, if he's able to hear this.
No, he can.
Okay, if the referee's able to hear this, the official call from New York is inconclusive on the serve.
Oh, okay.
It's not confirmed whether it was actually good or not good.
Okay, so the referee's call stands then,
Okay,
which
so-
was short.
So it is a short ball.
Yes.
No matter what happens, it's short, so the referee should just call second serve.
Well, this argument doesn't need to happen because
arguing that he held up when I said short.
the
ball-
serve was short.
The serve was short, so the referee will eventually hear that by we I say
Yeah.
those in New York
Right.
that are
Well,
also
you're
part
relaying.
of us. Yeah.
You're the mouthpiece.
The ball was short, so it should be a second
All right.
serve, and that's it.
They said it short. They said it was short, so it's gonna be second serve. Yeah.
We're not saying it's short.
No.
We're just saying that it's inconclusive.
No,
And
we're not
therefore
saying
it's-
anything. We're relaying what New York has told us.
Second
Right.
serve, and he said score 11 serves 4.
Therefore, it is short because of what the referee said. Not that we're calling it short. You get what I mean.
I completely don't.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying it's short. I'm saying it's inconclusive. Can't tell it's short or
Yeah,
good.
no.
But that just
Okay.
goes to the referee.
Right.
And his call was
Yeah,
short.
go to the default call.
He's saying it was short. Therefore, I'm saying it
4-11.
was short for him.
Okay.
Short.
You have to realize we have a crowd
serve.
relaying this information, and it's just easier to say it's short.
Yeah.
Wow, that ball really bounced high off the back wall.
Point.
And all of that confusion, Abraham Montijo's kind of breaking the momentum just a little
5
bit here.
serves 11. Check the ball. Replay, 5 serves 11. Replay.
Both guys wasting very easy opportunities there. Abraham has a left-hand kill shot, and he hits it right down the right into Daniel's wheelhouse.
Side
An
out.
amazing return of serve. That's the second return of serve kill right off the bounce for Daniel Cordova in the last 5 Abraham Montijo serves. I mean, taking the ball right off the bounce and shooting it flat.
All right. 11 serves 5. Point.
Beautiful crack serve there from Daniel. Put a nice reverse on that. Caught the right side wall
12
about
serve 5.
6 feet past the short line, and the ball stays down.
It should cut just a little bit, and it did for Abraham. It wasn't picked up by Daniel, but when Abraham went for that, you saw that he hit his sidearm
5
fist. That
serves
ball's going to
12.
straighten out, and it did. Danny couldn't get it back to the front wall. You have to watch those sidearm fist shots. Overhit, Abraham.
Side out.
Both of these players just camped out at that dotted line, just overhitting every shot until that ender right there from Cordova.
Let's not forget, this match
12
is
serves 5.
100 minutes old.
We're going to 15. The score is 12-5 here in the tiebreaker.
Short.
That was almost a flat rollout. Looked like from our angle that might have hit Daniel on the fly, but it didn't.
Big, huge setup right down the middle of the court, and a flat roll from Danny Cordova, now 13-5.
Now that was beautiful.
Yeah, that looked good.
13 serves 5.
Crazy bounce over there on that left wall.
Five serves 13. Short. Second serve. Point.
And now Abe with a quick first strike. He'll need a lot of that if he's going to climb back into this tiebreaker.
6 serves 13. Short. Second serve. Point.
Danny Cordova's outscored Abraham by 10 points in this match combined, but he still hasn't closed it out.
13 serves 7.
Oh, Daniel plays it safe and just puts the ceiling shot in the perfect spot. Right on the left side wall. Now he's at match point. And he's got a lot more breathing room than he did the last time he had match point.
Probably a lot more confidence, too. He looks more fresh than Abe does at this moment. This is a nice tournament for Danny Cordova already. And he just gets handcuffed off the back wall. Announcer's curse on that. Going to judge his tournament off of that last shot, which I hope you're not going to do. 7-14. Overhit, big setup, back wall. Abe goes to the right corner, gets his 8th point. Cordova's retaking some inventory here. He kind of messed that whole thing up by trying to come in during that serve. And I think that's smart from Abe.
Check the ball.
Backing into Cordova's shot, but this is the time when he scored those points in the second game that allowed this to go to the tiebreakers when he served this serve right here.
Replay, 8 serves 14.
Wow.
Let's redo it.
As a player, though, you have the option to take that shot. I know you know that.
I know, but I'm just shaking my head that Abe was trying to stop the play.
That could technically be an avoidable. Terrible shot there from Abe, and he pays for it. Just not a good shot there.
Possible match point, serves 8.
This is the 3rd time Daniel's served to win the match. Let's see if he goes to the left this time. He's gone to the right the first 2 times.
Skip.
And he gets it.
Good game, guys.
Daniel with a huge win. Takes out Abraham Montijo. A great moment for Daniel Cordova, Dave, as he now is firmly entrenched here in this race for 8 season.
Well, the score in the first game was 15-9 in favor of Danny Cordova. Second game, 14-16. Danny loses to Abraham, forces that tiebreaker where he eventually wins 15-7. Now, we have another great match coming up right around the corner. Steve Cooney is going to go up against another great match.
Armando Ortiz.
Right. So we're going to have that one coming up in just a bit. We want you to stick around for that, even though I know you're over your union hours, but stick around. We have more handball here next. Steve Cooney and Mondo Ortiz next. Give us about 10 minutes here on the show court. Race48.com.